All right. Welcome to another episode of Stolen Droids Podcast. I don't think I'll be able to hear any of y'all for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, you looked totally bored and not willing to dance.
I was adjusting the volume.
I don't know what your problem
headphones.
is, Zoner.
It wasn't that loud.
Oh,
you gotta groove a little.
No, it dang near blew my eardrums out, man. That was loud.
That's because you're old.
It is.
I was going to say. And while you're at it, get off my lawn.
It is because I'm old. I had to get glasses again because my laser eyes no
Your
longer
laser
work.
eyes are failing.
Yes, they failed. They failed.
That's
Sorry,
so
did you get exposed to too much kryptonite?
I must have. I don't know. I don't know. So, but anyways, welcome. We are back with another episode, and we have special guests. I'm Zoner. In case you didn't know, I've been around for a minute.
I'm Marley.
Whatever.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Marley.
I'm Colin. And we got
Tracy with
Tracy.
Hi, friends.
Hey, welcome, Tracy. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Tracy is from Movies That Make Us, for those that don't know. The lovely Jake Dietz is not able to join us tonight due to becoming an uncrippled man.
He's a walker?
He is a walk-in, ladies and gentlemen.
He took his first steps today.
He's such a big
You make
boy.
him sound like he's a toddler.
He's growing up so fast.
Yeah.
Or he's a walker, like the Walking Dead walkers.
That's a good one.
I've been rewatching that, so that zombies are on my brain. Get it?
Oh my gosh.
I see what you did there.
On my brain.
No, Jake, he's like 456 months old, I think. Well, I'm pretty proud of him.
It's about time he started walking then, if he's that old.
Finally.
So
He's crawling. Now he's walking.
for those who are unaware, Jake is recovering from a pretty serious injury, and so it's awesome that he's back up on his feet, like literally. So we wish him continued speedy recovery, because without Jake, the world's just a sadder place.
This is true.
It is.
We miss him.
We do. You know what else we miss? Well, at least I miss it. I miss going to the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I did go this last week though.
Did you? What did you go see?
Yeah. I went to go see Wonder Woman.
Is
What'd
it
you think?
playing?
So I saw it in theaters, but I also watched it on HBO Max before. And it's okay. I like the first one a lot better. I think
Pretty
there's
common.
I don't know. Pedro Pascal is amazing. Let me just start off with that. But I didn't love him in this film.
Yeah.
Mm.
I felt the acting was subpar, but that's okay. I also think that they could have done, without diving into spoilers, things with a certain other villainous character that I think she would have gone a lot further. I don't know.
That woman?
It's fine. We'll right. we'll have a Wonder Woman episode and we'll talk about it.
I also went to the movies last week. I went and saw Monster Hunter.
And?
Not good.
Pretty bad, huh?
Based off of the video game or no?
Yeah, it is. And I had some free movie passes, so I wasn't really worried if it was going to be good or not.
Yeah.
And I like the action and like the effects and everything were actually really cool, but the story, a lot of it was just like all of a sudden they were like, well, now we're going to go do this thing because it makes sense to us. But then you as the audience are like,
What?
But it doesn't make sense to us.
Kind of like Wonder Woman 1984. I had a very similar like thought after I watched that. A lot of the plot, you're just like, wait, how did we get from A to M without going through B, C, D, E? Like what? Anyways.
I think that you kind of brought that confusion on yourself, though, Marley, because you should have known better than to go see a movie based on a video game.
Excuse me?
Because there's just not a very good track record there.
Hey.
Mortal Kombat.
Again, there's just not a very good track record there.
Okay.
Super
Hey,
Mario
hey.
Brothers.
Tomb Raider? Come on.
Super Mario Brothers. Come on.
Okay. Future Stolen Droids
Super
episode.
Mario Brothers.
Okay. Yeah, future Stolen Droids episode. We do need to talk about this more in depth. I think we kind of hinted at it before, but I think we really do need to talk about it.
I'm actually going to write that down and see. I have a pencil and
What's a
paper.
pencil? Can you tell me?
What's that? What? A pencil?
What's a pencil?
It's
You've got
this
a
thing.
computer sitting right in front of you.
Yeah, but then I can't look at your beautiful faces while I type it. So
The struggles.
it's rough.
I have this thing called OneNote, but I don't have a notepad.
I just make notes on my phone.
I usually do
It's
too.
confusing. Okay. Well,
But
I'm glad we touched base on this.
yeah, I think that is a great topic for a future show because I think there's a lot of movies that we can light up. And let's be honest, we like to light things up, especially me.
Oh, God. All right, getting back on track here.
So,
not your original question.
so let me ask you this, Colin. You
Okay.
you said you saw Wonder Woman on HBO Max. Did you watch it like on Christmas when it came out,
Yes.
or?
I did
Okay.
too.
I watched it as soon as it dropped.
Okay, so I also watched it.
Yep.
Have you seen it yet, Tracy?
Mhm.
Okay.
Not in
Um,
the theater. HBO.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
So we've all seen it. I watched it as well. The plan was that we were going to watch it. Me and my family. We're going to watch it on Christmas night.
Aw.
Cuddle up next to the fire, and have a wonderful holiday evening. But then there's a little thing called like children, and they were all over the place, and so we were actually unable to watch the movie. And so it got postponed for a day, and then it got postponed for another day, and finally we were able to watch it. But it was a very different experience. I mean, I like watching movies a lot, but a movie of that magnitude is something that you really want to see on the big screen. It's
Right.
different sitting on the couch next to your sister who's cuddled up in a blanket trying to stay awake, and your daughter who's surfing on her phone looking at Facebook or whatever. It's just a different experience.
Yeah.
What were your experiences watching that similar to that, or were you able to kind of wrap yourselves into the whole movie experience?
Well, I definitely didn't have popcorn. And I miss that because there's just something about movie theater popcorn.
I DoorDash movie theater popcorn whenever there's like a big movie like that. Every single time I order popcorn from Megaplex.
Oh,
Wow.
that's so cute.
I didn't even think about that.
Way to support the local movie theaters, though.
Gotta support.
I don't know. I
Like
I
you said,
definitely,
it's movie theater popcorn, like right? It's
Yeah.
it's completely different than bagged. Like
it's
Yeah.
true. Or no popcorn. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so my thing is like, I'm all for, I really do like just to stay home and be in comfy clothes and watch movies or TV shows. But there definitely is still something about going to a movie theater,
Mhm.
So I think for me, I definitely have like pros and cons to both options.
Mhm.
Christmas Day, it was, I had been with, various family throughout the day, and I was just tired and I just wanted to be home. And my boyfriend was over and we just were like, cool, let's watch Wonder Woman now. Like we could just chill and just watch it together,
Okay.
So I mean, there's that benefit, but at the same time, I totally know what you mean about being able to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah. Now, Colin, how did your two experiences compare? with watching it at home versus on the big screen? So I know you've got like a big TV. Well, most people now have a big
Yeah,
TV.
I've got like a 75-inch, and I mean it's fine. And then I've got some surround sound, but I don't know.
Overcompensation.
Yes, that is my overcompensation. You're right.
I just have a 75-inch big screen with surround sound. No big deal.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. Oh my gosh. Whatever, Tracy.
It has
Weird flex, but
1.45
okay.
billion colors.
My oh my. But no, like it's still just very different, right? Because you have all the distraction of the modern day world still. Like I was still looking at my phone, at like work alerts and things like that, and occasionally like sending a message to someone. And so, partially like you miss pieces of the movie. You don't connect as well as you would in that theater type of situation. Like when we're in the theater, I mean, I've got this huge screen. I don't want to turn on my phone because of, other people around us. We had a private theater we rented for my wife's family for brother-in-law's birthday. And so we just had a small group of us that went and socially distanced and to watch it. But like it was, it was very, it was nice to be in the theater again and just be able to watch the film, have that, fresh popped popcorn and, dumping that Bunch Crunch in there. Have you guys ever tried popcorn and Bunch Crunch mixed together? Amazing.
I do Milk Duds.
Milk Duds. Ooh, that's
so good. The caramel, chocolate, and the nice buttery, salty popcorn. Perfect.
I like M&Ms. I also like Junior Mints.
I can't get behind that.
Mints with butter.
That's too much.
Yeah, especially peanut M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms and popcorn.
Question: Did you enjoy that before you had COVID, or was this an acquired taste while you were on COVID and had no taste?
I've enjoyed it since I was a kid.
Okay. Tracy, what about you?
So I haven't seen it in the theater. I've been to the theater a couple times. My family did the same when we rented a theater and watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Nice. I went and saw Tenet opening day. And then I saw Bill and Ted Face the Music. But I haven't been for months. A lot of which is because there's nothing really out.
Yeah.
So
the last. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, that's a huge part of it. I think before Monster Hunter, I also went and saw Tenet because I felt like Tenet, a lot of people were talking about it for one thing. And also that seemed like a movie that you really did need to see in theaters on the big screen.
Yes and no.
I honestly didn't want to. I didn't want to wait for it to come to streaming services. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see what the hype was about. But I think, in the last year, those are I think the only two actual movies that I've gone to.
Yeah, those are the three that I've seen. And normally I'd go once a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was used to going at least, 2 times a month to see a new film. And it's COVID sucks, guys.
It really does.
Wear your mask, people.
Exactly.
A huge part of it for me too is that pre-pandemic, when I had a job at the movie theater, I got free passes all the time. So
that would make a difference.
That's a big difference, is that I don't have the free passes anymore, and so I'm not as excited to pay to go see movies.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine how bad this quarantine would be? So bad if we did not have streaming services.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh my.
Zoner, you're old enough. Think about if we only had our black and white Game Boy with Mario Tennis, Tetris,
Our
And-
three
and-
channels on the television.
3 channels on the TV
Galaxian
with the rabbit ear
glide.
antennas. And
I would've-
books. That's all we had.
I would have read so many books by now.
Yeah, I probably would too. But instead, I've played like 1,200 hours of Animal Crossing and 700 hours of Pokemon.
You know, I
Shield and-
signed on to my Switch the other night, and it was like, I think probably 1:00 in the morning, in Texas. And I just see Zonner signed on playing Pokemon Shield.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see you playing Stardew Valley. It's been a minute since I seen you
Oh.
log in.
Ever since Cutscenes and Cupcakes here posted their bird
Oh.
birdie image on Stardew Valley, I was like, oh, I should play that again. And literally, over the last 3 days, I think I've sunk in probably an embarrassing 15 hours into Stardew Valley.
That's not embarrassing. Be
yeah,
proud.
like
Be
right.
proud of that.
Yeah. As soon as my kid goes to bed, which is usually finally by like 11 o'clock, I jump on and then I'm playing that until like 2.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I finished my global Pokedex on Pokemon Home, which is almost
Oh.
900 Pokemon.
That's
And
nice.
yeah, I think I've got a problem.
It's okay. Zach actually had you beat by probably 2 years.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like he pretty much as soon as Pokemon comes out, like he just straight away stuck on Pokemon, won't let anything else distract him. Like I've tried to keep up with him when playing, but usually he's like played for probably 16 hours straight. And there's no catching up at that point.
Those days are long gone for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. But, getting back on topic, the last movie that I actually saw in the theater was Onward, which
Oh.
you may recall came
good.
out like a
Right.
week before the world went to hell.
Right before the
Oh.
pandemic. Yeah.
And,
I love that movie.
and so
good.
that gives you some idea of, my experience with streaming services over the last year.
So what's holding you back, Zonner? Is it lack of content? Is it
Yeah,
COVID
yeah, lack of content. But yeah, and I would have loved to see Wonder Woman in the theater, but at the time I was staying with my mother who has stage 4 lung cancer. If I come home and bring COVID
yeah.
into her lungs, she's dead, and I can't do that.
right.
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's really there's just nothing out there that is worth me going to see. But it got me thinking, is this the future of movie going? I mean, we're seeing theaters going under left and right, although AMC stock is like way up right now, thanks to Reddit.
Oh my gosh.
But, is this what we're going to be seeing? What do you guys think the future of movie going is going to be like? Are we going to be seeing these
Did we lose him?
I think he froze up.
Oh,
Well,
Zonner?
bye,
Sorry.
Zonner. I guess I'll jump in here. Yeah, what are we going to see? Is it going to be kind of a hybrid approach between the two? Some platforms are going to post it and they're going to do a movie, but still do kind of like what they did with Mulan, where you're paying for it to see it in your home versus just
Right.
having it on the platform already, or what?
it's gonna be a combo.
Mhm.
The problem is they're not really able to do production easily right now. Zon's back.
I'm back. I don't know what happened.
I mean, you all remembered it wasn't that long ago the Tom Cruise freak out on the cast because they weren't following COVID protocols.
Yeah.
A lot of shooting over in England, and England's like completely locked down right now, so that's happened. They can't really film a lot in the US, so they're trying to film in Australia. But it's the problem is that if they release the content that they've got, like Dune's been done for a long time, it's ready to go. Suicide Squad is ready to go. But if they release that, then they have nothing to fill when we are able to go back post-COVID. Yeah. So they're trying to walk this fine line of balancing, and unfortunately the theaters are kind of getting the brunt of it. I've been saying for a long time that streaming's the future. COVID has accelerated that, but I don't think that the theaters are ever going to go away. What I think will probably happen is you're going to have mega chains of theaters, probably with some kind of ownership stake from the studios, which hasn't really happened since the 1920s. That used to be the case. The movie studios own their own theaters, and then the government decided, no, that's antitrust. So I think we're going to kind of get a version of that again. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I mean, they already announced that the next Disney Pixar? Disney? Raina. Yeah, Raina and the Last Dragon. Is that what it's called? Yeah, they already announced that they're going to do something similar like what they did with Mulan last year, is that they're releasing it in theaters. No. Wait, are they doing it in theaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
Disney Plus.
And the premium charge.
You can pay, I'm guessing $30 again, because that's what Mulan was. And actually, I hope Disney Plus isn't listening right now, but when you share a Disney Plus account with many people, $30 isn't too bad.
Or so you've heard. Yeah, so you've heard.
Allegedly, rumors.
It's what the people on Reddit said, right?
What?
Right. Yes.
Right. I'm on Reddit all the time. Yes.
All the time.
But
but I think that's a way to go though, because I think they should do this combo method for as long as they can, as long as it makes sense, because there are people out there who, like Zoner, he has family members and, everyone's got someone around them that is high risk with the sickness. And even if, vaccines and whatever and whatnot, there's still going to be a risk and people are not going to want to take that risk. And so they're like, you know what? It's worth it to me to spend a little extra money and just get the stream version of it. And that way I can still enjoy the movie at home and not go to a public movie theater, which is sad because as you guys probably all caught on, we all love movies. We all love movie theaters. And it's definitely, a sore spot for me a little bit because, as I mentioned before, I used to work in a movie theater and I did events. I was an event manager, and it was super fun to be able to pack a theater full of 500 plus people and on an opening night of whatever movie release, and everybody is so excited. And the thing is, we're not going to see that again for a really long time, if ever. It's probably going to be I think I heard a stat, and I don't know how true this is or where it came from, but I heard a stat that was concerts at full capacity. We're not going to see that for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're not going to have enough vaccine for everybody who wants it until late summer. You're talking the fall or winter before we're able to even start putting a dent in this thing.
Yeah,
we're still
at that point. You're still waiting on the skeptics to to kind of filter out and filter out. That sounds bad. But you're waiting for them to really decide if it's going to be good for them. If they're starting to see anyone come down with any sickness, things like that.
And now you've got these different strains kicking in. Which is scary in and of itself. So, we're not out of the woods with this. And so, like I said, I think theaters will continue, but I think they're going to be bought out by the studios or some other corporation. It's going to be the megaplex theaters of the world are going to have a hard time surviving in this environment. Yeah. And I'm a big fan of the megaplex. I think they do a great job. We've partnered with them on movies that make us on several different events.
Yeah.
But when you have these companies like AMC, the Regal theaters,
Cinemark.
they can't get people into the seats, and they can't because it's this perfect storm.
Yeah. Yeah, which that's why I'm such a big fan of at least going to these private theaters, right? Megaplex does a well enough job with making sure things are properly sanitized after every showing, and really put in a lot of effort between
Absolutely.
social distancing to where I'm comfortable if I'm paying for a rented theater, which honestly it's like $100 for and you get to go in with like I think 20 people. Like it's not bad at all. And I think this last time we did it Cinemark, and like same thing, like $90, and we're able to go with a group of us who we know we've been quarantining, we're still wearing our masks, things like that. But it feels more comfortable than just going into it like an open theater, right?
Well, and you're helping out that event manager too.
Yeah.
Because like, again, from my perspective, like, not to go into like too much detail or anything, but like pre-pandemic, like events and booking events was my income. Like it's a very like commission-based type thing. Yeah. And I know they had to kind of adjust that a little bit since they hired people back after letting us all go. But anyways, at the same time, like, yeah, like it still helps them out, So I think it sounds like they've lowered the price, because I swear it used to be more than that at Megaplex for a private theater. Maybe it depends on the size, but
yeah, I'm probably wrong on the price. It was $90.
No, it's about that.
But yeah. I don't recall what it is for Megaplex.
Maybe it depends if you get like all the popcorn and if it like comes with everything. But anyways, no, like
they were giving us like 20% off concessions too by doing it.
That's nice, yeah. And so like you're helping out those employees too, and it's a great option for your family, because obviously like we all have like those little circles of people that we socialize with on a regular basis. I don't know about you guys, but like I kind of have like a small group of people that I'll see in person on occasion, and like I would feel comfortable going to a movie theater with them, like a private movie theater, But sometimes when you just go, like, you're just like, well, I don't know who else is here, and I don't know how well they're like sanitizing their hands, or I don't know.
Yeah, when I went to this out at Jordan Landing to see Bill and Ted and to see Tenet, and they were spacing this out pretty well. It was like 2 people to a row, and there was an empty row in front and behind you. So that was okay for me. I think the thing that the theaters are going to do is, in order to compete with the home space, they're going to go even more like the Alamo Draft House. They're going to go more with the lounge chairs, more with the food service, alcohol sales. They're going to try and do all these extra things to get you to come in, because like Marley said earlier, it's so much easier to just turn on HBO Max and watch it at home. I don't know if I'd go see The Little Things in the theater, but I'll probably check it out on HBO.
Yeah.
So some movies are going to get it.
They're just straight up dumping on HBO Max too. Like
right, same day.
When is it? All on the same day. I think it's like, next month sometime.
Everything
is going to literally dropping like 10 different films.
Right. Yeah. Every one of those films.
Space Jam, Suicide Squad, a bunch of these other ones.
Godzilla versus King Kong is coming to HBO Max.
One will get put on HBO Max same day. They'll typically keep it for a month and then drop it and then bring back later, because they want to try and get those subscriptions. They want to get those signups.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting in itself, and I at least love that we're able to get some movies, right? Like, them coming and dropping off, 10 different films at least. um, at least we're able to, you know, space some of those movies out and get some of that feel of something new to watch. But it's just
like
so weird.
Kong versus Godzilla. I want to see that on the big screen.
That's totally a big screen movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally.
It's just like no. You
I'm
guys
not,
are weird.
I'm not a fan of those movies.
He was never a 10-year-old boy.
They're such
Mothra!
They're very much
this-
boy movies. I had a conversation the other day with my boyfriend about these very types of movies. And he asked me the other day, he's like, do you have access to HBO Max? And I'm like, yeah, I do actually. And he's like, can we watch King Kong versus Godzilla or whatever it's called? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not watching that with you. Sorry.
Like, so can you give me your login and password and just leave me alone for a couple hours?
I might need to do that and just be like, here.
Marley, sometimes you just got to take one for the team.
Can I be on my phone the whole time instead?
Yeah, sure.
Play my phone games.
Establish
Yeah,
that's acceptable.
You can sit there and play your Switch.
I don't have a Switch.
Well, maybe you
It's
should buy
time
one.
to get one.
I don't want one.
Well, you should want one because it's a nice console.
It's okay. I prefer PlayStation, but it's fine.
I agree. It's an okay console. I literally haven't picked up my Switch in probably 8 months until I started playing Stardew again.
Oh wow!
I mean, it's weird because I would love to sit on the couch and just play it randomly throughout the day, right? But like my son gets obsessed when he sees that thing. And just wants to jump on my lap and take control of it. And I'm just like, you're two, you don't know what you're doing yet.
That's like my children. It's really
like,
weird when my 11-year-old comes and jumps on my lap and it's get off me. Get off.
Plus, there's been some really great PlayStation games, huh, Colin?
There has.
I know you've been playing some.
So I've played a little bit, not a ton though. I did pick up Ghosts of Tsushima.
Tsushima.
I thought it was sashimi.
Tsushima.
You don't do the T. Tsushima. It's an amazing game, and there's an online capability. So let's be samurai together and play.
We should, because I've been enjoying the online play, so we need to do that soon.
I'll have my people call your people. Anyways, movies.
My microphone was like crapping out on me and everything a few minutes ago when you were talking about the Disney stuff. And I wanted to talk about Soul. I don't know if I missed that. Did you? If you talked about that or not? But you were talking how $30 for Mulan wasn't a bad deal. Disney Plus, I mean, Soul was free, and it was a huge difference for me watching Soul at home with all the kids running around and watching Wonder Woman. Because the kids actually sat down and watched Soul and they loved it. And then they watched it again and again and again and again and again for like the next 3 weeks.
Right.
As children do. And so, you're kind of at the point where when he falls down in the manhole, you just wish it would end there. Kind of like when I was younger and my little sister would watch The Little Mermaid over and over, and you just get to the point where you wish you would drown. But I think with certain movies, the at-home streaming thing, it just works really, really well. And I think stuff that Disney is coming out with and Pixar, those kid-friendly movies, I think it almost works better than it does in the theater, because I remember taking my kids to go see Mulan, and my sister brought her twin girls. And I think they were, 4 or 5 at the time. And before long, they're up running through the theater. And the thing is, they weren't the only ones. Mm-hmm. It was all the kids. And it's nice when you're at home, because if the kids get up and start doing that, you're like, whatever, just go to bed. I don't care. And and that's that. But in the theater, it's like a high stress situation as a parent. And so I think these movies, depending on what type of movie it is, what the studio is, and things like that, I think I heard you say it, Tracy, that we're going to see, probably some combination of the two in the future going forward. I think that Disney would be wise to continue with this model, especially on those very kid-friendly movies.
Well, and back with a little bit more about like the price of it too. Like, for example, the new Mulan, it was $30. I mean, I heard a lot of people were like outraged, but then there were also quite a few people that were like, you know what? $30 is a deal, because if I were to go see this, like take my whole family and go see this in the theaters, I would spend way more than $30.
Yeah.
So
I got 6 kids.
Yeah. I'm like, to a lot of people, that's a really good deal.
I would have felt good about it, but then the movie just sucked for me. So.
Yeah.
But still, you look at somebody like me, and I've got 6 kids, and granted, I'm not going to take my 20-year-old to the movies. And pay for her, but if I take
pay her for her own ticket, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Hey, she's got a job; she can deal with it. But no, she's got a mortgage. She's got a husband. Let her do her thing.
Oh, okay, that's different. I thought she still lived at home. I was you're not gonna buy her movie.
No, that's just me being a dick. I'm not that. But but even if I take like 4 of my kids to the theater at $15 a pop, plus my wife and I,
and treats
and everything else, I mean, I'm looking at $100 by the time I walk out. And
well, you go on movie Tuesdays.
I know, but still, it adds up so fast as a parent. And so that $30 price tag, I mean, we seriously, when Mulan came out, we made a big deal of it. And we ordered pizza for the kids, and we got them movie theater candy in the boxes from the Walmart or whatever.
Nice.
And,
the Walmart.
Yeah. I think we got it from
That's
the Walmart.
What they call it down in Texas.
The Walmart.
Well, it was either the Walmart or the Kroger. I don't know.
The Kroger. It was funny. You're putting the in front of it.
It was the store. I don't know which store it was, but the kids. I mean, it was an awesome night at home for them, and they loved it, and it was a very low stress situation. And the same thing with Soul. When Soul came out, I think we had 4 kids under the age of 7, and then an 11 and a 15-year-old. And everybody just sat down and cuddled up with the blankets and had their snacks and everything else. It just works really well doing those types of movies with the kids. Wonder Woman.
I'm on the opposite spectrum.
Yeah.
Because it's just 2 of us here, and so I go, they really want to drop $30 on a movie that I don't know if I'm going to enjoy.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I'm not so sure. And especially because if I go, I'm going to wait 3 months and it'll be regular streaming. I can watch Mulan right now if I wanted to. It's just such a weird time, because the studios make so much money off of the films in the theaters, and they're trying to be able to convert that and monetize it on the digital end. And yes, you're paying a monthly fee, but there's still, it's a new way of approaching this market that they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing, Tracy? Did you guys put down $30 or did you wait to watch Mulan? Just curious.
I haven't even watched it now that it's
free. Oh, you haven't?
Free. Oh. I heard it was mediocre, so I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh, I was just curious. Yeah.
But like I said a minute ago.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, because I live by myself. And so to put $30 down on a movie, it's like, that is way too much money.
Oh, I agree.
Like I said, I do share a Disney Plus account.
Sure.
No, I do. And actually I share it with my brother-in-law's family. So like it's like all of them on the account and then there's like me. So you go and look at like to pick the profile. It's like all of my brother-in-law's family and then there's like, hey, it's just Marley over here. But anyways, they let me. It's fine. But when Mulan was coming out, like everyone was like, well, we all want to see it, but none of us want to like spend a lot. So like let's just split it. And so they're like, so my sister was like, Marley, can you do $5? And I'm like, sure, $5 isn't too bad.
Right.
I can definitely do that. So I contributed a little and yeah, $5 wasn't too bad for that movie. You know, Mulan, it could have been better. I know we're not here to talk about, you know, go into detail and stuff, but I wish I don't care to see that movie ever again. Like it was okay the first time, but I'm just like, eh.
I don't think China does either.
Like I said a minute ago, the new Dan Washington, The Little Things, with Rami Malek and Jared Leto. I don't think that I would have gone to see that in theater, but I might be on Max and watch it because I've already got a subscription.
Yeah.
Would I pay an additional fee on top of it to watch that? No. But streaming, yeah, I might check it out. So it's this weird fine line because it's like some films are going to get discovered and enjoyed streaming, and others are not going to do as well as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, well, it's also like Venom, right? I could care less to see Venom in the theater. Like I'll be happy to see it just drop on something like HBO Max or just,
yeah,
that movie was great.
Whatever Sony's going to put it on, who knows? Because I don't think they're they've got some association because Tom Holland's going into it, right?
Are you talking about the new Venom movie?
Yeah,
isn't
the
new
he?
one.
Yeah,
Isn't Tom Holland going to be?
It's
in
rumored. It hasn't been
at least.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see which platform they actually put that on. I don't know.
Yeah. Sony.
I don't know what
my guess is it'll
Sony
be
deals with.
Sony's got a platform called Crackle, which is an ad
they
stream.
own Crackle?
Yeah, that's the Sony network. Yeah.
Oh, isn't Crackle like a free one?
Yep. There's ads on it, so it's ad supported.
Okay.
So Sony owns that, and that's where most of the Sony movies go after they've been released from the theaters. But my guess is they're going to hold out and hope that they can get people into theaters to see it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch Venom 2 on Crackle and have and just as the suspense is building, have it go to like a Hyundai commercial.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
That'll be awesome.
So good. Oh my gosh.
That'll be awesome. But yeah, I think you're right, Tracy, in a lot of ways that, I mean, obviously we are in a weird time, but I think that the studios are probably going to be doing this weird hybrid model for the foreseeable future. Mm-hmm. Honestly, and I know Jake keeps getting on my case. I kept saying, you know, everybody was like, oh, 2021, it's going to be so much better. And I'd always respond with, is it? And
that doesn't sound like you at all.
No, I mean, there was no indication that it wasn't going to be better or that it was going to be better. I mean, so, I mean, I'm generally not that pessimistic, but, you know, I honestly don't see this whole pandemic thing changing or letting up despite what people are saying. And maybe that's just me being negative or
I don't know.
Pessimistic.
We definitely got another year of it.
Yeah, I
got a
mean,
ways to go.
You know,
yeah,
the problem
even if
is
the vaccine is fully released in summer, right? You know, there's still just going to be a lot. You have to have 2 doses of it too. So there's, you know, the time in between the doses that you're going to have to worry about too. And I don't know.
Well, and it keeps.
And the other problem is that you've got people now who have heard that there's a vaccine, which there is, so they're letting their guard down, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's over." It's like it's not over yet. This is not done.
Well, and it's
and it's only
mutating
gone
like
out to
carnage.
educators
Right.
and medical professionals. Like it's not like it's out and
Right.
fully released and everyone's getting it. Like no, until you physically have that vaccine and it is in your bloodstream and you've had both doses, like treat it like it's
Well,
March.
and even then, it's not a guarantee.
Exactly.
Even then, you're at 90 to 95%. There's still a chance you could get it.
Yeah. And because of that, I just don't see our movie going experience changing all that much. I think streaming is just going to continue to grow. I mean, HBO Max, like everything is getting dumped there for now. Disney is dumping stuff like crazy on their platforms. I mean,
And that's okay. I'm fine with that.
I'm cool with it.
So the
Right.
difference- Here's the thing. Disney has been saying for over a year that they're going to focus more and more. Did I cut out?
A
Very
little bit.
briefly, but
Yeah,
you're
a little
I think I
bit.
froze.
Yeah, say it again.
Okay. But Disney for a year has been saying, Disney's been saying they're going to go streaming, and they have been preparing content. They've been preparing
Mhm.
WandaVision, they've been preparing Falcon and Winter Soldier, they've got Loki.
Hawkeye.
They have this content that's ready to go, and their stars knew that this is what was going to happen. What Warner Brothers did is they just announced it, and you've got people like Denzel Washington, who is supposed to get like 20% of the back end box office, who's not going to get any of that money now because it's going to go to streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks for him.
He was so a lot of the people with Warner Brothers weren't happy because they didn't know it was going to happen, and then all of a sudden everything got completely changed on them. At least with Disney, people knew what was coming.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, and I think that really just kind of illustrates how Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing.
Mhm.
Yep. Even after their acquisition after acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really just
Because didn't they just get bought out like last year by Time Warner or something like that?
Yeah.
And they were supposed to go through and rescope the whole landscape of DC and Warner Brothers and all those. And I don't see it happening. We'll see. I think Suicide Squad will be a very telling movie as far as if there's actually going to be a change in direction with those properties.
Yeah.
If we don't see a great film out of that and out of James Gunn, then honestly, I don't see any hope for DC.
James Gunn said it's his favorite script he's ever written. So fingers crossed.
let's hope. I mean, the blind squirrel is bound to find its nuts at some point. So
I mean, a lot of people didn't think that Guardians of the Galaxy would do well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Going from a very very B class kind of comic.
B,
D?
C, D.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, going from that to becoming one of the best Marvel films out there. I mean, definitely better than Thor: Dark World.
Theme park attractions and yeah.
For sure.
Like it's made Disney so much money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Speaking of Warner Brothers, I have like a really weird random thing. Did you guys know that they had like a secret recording studio here in Utah for like 20 years? And they just not too long ago, it wasn't too long ago that they decided to shut it down. Yeah, it's in it was in an old church in like Rose Park. They had like
not a very good
Rose
secret,
Park?
huh?
yeah, like kind of the Rose Park area, and
Yeah, I would never look for for something like that.
Yeah, and it would just be like if they needed like a voiceover or some sort of like audio or something, they would like fly people in and like do it like a lot of actors, and then they would just like, then they'd be gone. Like they'd just be in and out because like nobody would ever like suspect them, or you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a low key kind of thing. So anyways, it's interesting.
That's cool.
That is interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't expect Rose Park unless I was looking for something illegal. But, I'll leave it at that. But listeners, tell us what you think about the future of movies. Do you like the streaming same day release model? Do you wish you could just go back to the theaters and watch all the things on the big screen? Let us know. Send your feedback to us at
feedback at soulandroids.com.
Feedback at soulandroids.com.
Yes, that is your job, and I let you do it well. So
I really just want to record Marley just saying it just like that, and
yes,
push a button on my soundboard every time.
We could do that if you want. Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because that's not creepy at all.
As Marley's eyes just get super wide.
Yeah, go ahead and check us out on the social medias.
Sockmeds.
Social media.
Yeah, check us out on the Sockmeds, which sounds like something that like an old person would have. But I'm old, so maybe I've got some. I don't know.
Probably have the Sockmeds.
But yeah, that's our show for this week. Let us know what you think. And until next time, be good to each other.
Oh, hey, before we go, though.
Oh, no. Yeah, yes! I forgot.
What?
Before we go, and it's not even to talk about what you think I'm going to talk about, but it's okay because we'll touch base on that too. Tracy, you made it to round 2 or round 3 now of Cast Off.
Ooh.
Matinee Heroes.
Congratulations.
Good friend of ours, Matinee Heroes. Craig and Alan do a great job on their broadcast. They have a spin-off show called Cast Off. It's kind of a game show where you have to recast movies. You can use anybody in time and space. Jake is actually also in the 3rd round, so we're 2 of the 4 finalists.
So if you both win, you guys can
both win. We'll go head to head. Yep.
Oh my.
So this week in the semifinals, he always throws us a curveball. Last year, I made it to the semifinals and lost recasting South Park. This week, I got to recast The Office.
Oh,
that's a tall order, man.
I know.
Are you feeling good about it?
I think I've got some really good.
Figured out a couple yet?
I've got a couple that I think are brilliant, but I don't know if the judges would agree with me. So I'm debating on: do I go with the heart or the head?
Yeah. Nice. Oh my gosh.
So I go this week, next Tuesday I go, and then the following Tuesday Jake will go.
Awesome. So that'll be the Tuesday after this episode airs. So if you guys are listening to this on Monday, it's going to be the day after. So
just look on Facebook, look up Matinee Heroes.
No, we're not even going to. This will be in the past.
What?
Or no, we release on Tuesday, right? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's fine.
Depends on how fast Colin.
No, if it's Tuesday, it's Tuesday, guys. So it'll be fine. It'll be great. Tracy, you're gonna kick some serious butt. We really hope to have a Stolen Droid showdown here on the Cast Off. It's gonna be amazing if it works out like that. And then you've got to go for Jake's crown then, right?
Right. King Jakathy.
You got to dethrone King Jakathy.
King Jakathy may be losing his crown.
Oh, yes.
They just need to rename it the Stolen Droid's Crown or something.
The Stolen Dundies.
Yes, the Stolen Dundies. I love it. And then we do have Utah Remote Con coming up. It is going to be this spring. We're thinking probably April coming up here soon. So
we will let you know as
meds for that
are solidified.
solidificationide.
Yes.
I think we're discussing that this Saturday, so this will be the past
Yes.
being talked about. But
But
it's
things will happen.
It's
and
whatever.
People will know.
Yay.
So-
I'm so excited.
But yeah, we stay tuned for more information on that as we feel like releasing it. Because that's
Until
what
next time,
what it boils down to. But yeah, until next time, be good to each other.
Hasta luego.
Bye.
There you go, Zonner.
And
Talking about movies, I assume Jake would mention something about, oh yeah, we won't see you in the movies.
Does he sound like that?
Exactly.